Hey everyone, it's Michael GoosebumpsFan. I recently just did a review, previously to this video, for Carnival of Souls, the 1962 fantastic horror film. It's black and white. So many great things about that film that are so worth watching during October, and really just add an atmosphere to the month. I think the month itself, the season itself, has a month, or an atmosphere that really makes these kinds of black and white horror films really worthwhile watching. Of course, this is a Things Like Goosebumps video about an old black and white film from 1960. It's called Atom Age Vampire. And, well, that's the American English version of the title. The actual original title was Sedok, it's S-E-D-D-O-K, The Heir of Satan, which I think is probably a better title, but kind of not at the same time. Anyway, I have it on this 50-movie box set. I'll be talking about a lot of stuff out of here, like I've already talked about House on Haunted Hill on this particular box set, so never mind about that one. But a lot of other good stuff in here I haven't seen or have seen in some aspects, like Metropolis, which is really good. Anyway, I really like black and white horror films. I'm becoming more of a fan of that and sci-fi black and white films. I really like that kind of stuff. I'm a big fan of Twilight Zone pretty much my entire life, of the old series. And I want to talk about this kind of stuff as things like Goosebumps stuff, Universal Monsters, all that kind of good stuff. This is not a Universal Monsters flick. This is not on the quality or par of that. It's not on the quality and par of Carnival of Souls or Night of the Living Dead or anything good like that that's worth checking out in my opinion. This is garbage. This is pure, utter, horrible garbage. It's not in English, it is dubbed in English in my copy. So if you get a copy that says Atom Age Vampire, even though it's not a vampire movie at all, in any way, it's not even a little symbol you could call a vampire film that's symbolic of something else in the title. Nope, nothing like that, it's just trash. Just trash, money-grabbing trash that people from Italy made a film and America decided, or whoever, decided to just rename it and try to make money off vampires. Yeah, it's shared on the same side of the same disc as Carnival of Souls. It's the second film you'd be watching if you marathon through these in order in the box that I have. And it's a shame, because if you went from Carnival of Souls and how good that was, like when I saw these two films for the first time ever, back to back pretty much, I went from Carnival of Souls and being so shocked by how well made that was, how well acted it was, how creepy and atmospheric it was, all the organ music, all these great things I talked about in my review for that before this video. Then I saw this cheesy, goofy, silly mess of a movie. There is a little bit of charm here. I find a little bit of weird, biased charm that I enjoy with these kinds of old black and white movies, because I'm a mess. I like old stuff like this. I do. I love Goosebumps. I've loved Goosebumps pretty much since I was like 5 years old. I've loved that kind of stuff. Twilight Zone has its moments where it can be kind of silly and cheesy and humorous more than actually scary and frightening. And I don't mind that. I like all that. I like the blend of those things when they work well, like with Goosebumps and how R.L. Stine has done that over and over again. I like those kinds of things. And I think this is a great example of a film that maybe, possibly, if you like garbage, if you like best of the worst, like Red Letter Media's best of the worst type of things, the stuff that they watch on there, if you like that kind of thing, maybe you'll like this. Overall, if you have any taste higher than most people, or most people have higher taste than me anyway when it comes to movies. But if you hate black and white horror films, if you hate black and white films to begin with, if you hate monster films, if you hate anything like that, you're not going to like this. It's almost like more of a thriller type of thing, or a drama more than anything, but it's still probably one of those things that could have influenced R.L. Stine in some way, shape, or form. It seems like there's a little bit of an audience out there that likes this, but in the same way that there is for like Sharknado and Troll 2, which I love Troll 2. I love Sharknado as well. This is not one of those things. Atom Age Vampire I can't stand. Rachel, my wife, about the week before we got married, she actually had a friend come over and hang out with us that night. And I was watching this while they had their girl talk and tried dresses on and whatever that they were going to do. Because the one friend was looking for a dress to wear to our wedding at the time. So she was over here floating around. They were watching her. Well, she was trying on dresses. My fiance at the time, now my wife, was being like, hey, I like that one more, that kind of thing. So I was in the other room watching this on TV. And I just finished Carnival of Souls. Great time, felt great. And I watched this. Had not remembered a thing about this until I started watching it and remembered a lot of things coming back. Everything from the plot to just the execution of the story, the makeup effects, everything. It's bad. It's real bad. The music is bad. The dubbing is actually pretty good. It actually fits the mouth's movement more than I realized. Just because it's an Italian film, it is not in English. It's not just like an Italian filmmaker, like what Troll 2 happened. So there's that. Essentially, for anybody who doesn't know the story of this film, there is a stripper, which, by the way, this is all black and white film, like I said, so you won't be seeing any kind of nudity in here. It just kind of calls her like a dancer, you know, kind of like how nowadays people call strippers exotic dancers. Anyway, she's a dancer, and so she kind of relies on her looks more than anything as a stripper. And she gets horribly disfigured in a car accident. Really horribly. It doesn't really show it all that much. It's kind of just like bumpy skin, pretty much. It's pretty much the extent of the makeup effects is bumpy skin. You have some effects that I don't think look that terrible, but even her makeup as the protagonist looks terrible. You know, why? Why would you make it that embarrassing looking? Like, spend time on this. Put some effort into this, you know? Maybe the budget was crap. I don't know. It could have happened that way. But that's one of the reasons I like black and white horror films, or just black and white films in general. They didn't have all the special effects and everything to really work on things. They didn't really focus too much on editing skills. They really just tried to make a good movie with a good script, good characters, all those kinds of things that we look for nowadays in films and really don't have much of. So if you like trash, you might like this movie. She finds a doctor. He may or may not be able to help her. He has some weird things happening with himself as well. They have some treatments they might be able to try on her. And it's pretty much one of those kinds of films. Just a weird little sort of kind of sci-fi film with a little bit of drama and thriller stuff thrown in there. Kind of a monster film, sort of kind of. Not like a Gojira or Godzilla or Mothra or anything like that. Nothing like that at all. Just kind of, hey, I'm gonna try to get my scars healed. That's pretty much the whole film. And it's really not all that engaging. The lead actress is good. Very pretty woman, except for when she's scarred, which is not real, but still. Very pretty actress. I think she's mostly doing a good job. Acting is in the eyes. You don't have to speak English for me to decide if it's a good actor. I think she's mostly doing good. I think the doctor does relatively okay from what I remember. It's a couple of weeks ago. A few weeks ago since I've seen this film, but I wanted to save off and do the review for now. It was not great. It was a pretty bad film, if I'm being honest with you. It has its moments that are kind of okay, but it might be like 1 or 2 out of like 1,000 moments, you know, that are all terrible. So pretty much Atom Age Vampire / Sedok the Heir of Satan. Both titles are terrible. Both titles don't fit this film. Sedok does more, but not really. It's garbage. It's complete and utter garbage. I don't recommend watching it. I know I did a video called Things Like Goosebumps. It does not say things I recommend that are like Goosebumps. So there you have it. It's a video for you guys in case you want to check it out. If you have any interest in terrible, terrible movies you want to make fun of and laugh at, this is a great example of one you could do that with, I promise you. So anyway, when it comes to Sedok the Heir of Satan, or Atom Age Vampire, if you want to call it that, whatever you want the film to be called, I'm going to call it Atom Age Vampire because I think more people are familiar with that title in the English language than Sedok. So, if I had to rate this film on a 5-star basis, I'd give it like a 1 out of 5 stars. It's pretty terrible. There could have been moments that could have saved it. Frankly, I really wish there were. Because I don't want a film to be bad. I never go into movies or books or anything like that. As much as I joke with like Lou and everybody in the comments on this channel about like Chicken, the Goosebumps book and stuff like that. As much as I joke with you guys about things like that and piano lessons can be murder, I don't want to go into a Goosebumps book or any movie or anything like that and expect it to suck. Because you spend money on it, you want it to be good. You want it to be worth your time and your cents and all that stuff. And I hope this one would be that way for you. I doubt it will be. But maybe. Just maybe. Just give it a try. Maybe, if you want to. If you like black and white horror films, this might be up your alley. It's not really a straight-up horror film more than anything, but it has kind of the monster movie feel to it. If you like the kind of movies that James Rolfe on Cinemassacre / Angry Video Game Nerd, if you like the kind of movies he talks about during the Monster Madness, you know, parts of the channel during October, you might like this a lot. Frankly, you might. I don't know. Might be at least entertaining to you where you can sit through it or at least find it relatively watchable, but overall, no. It's garbage. Anyway, Atom Age Vampire, what are your thoughts? Put your thoughts in comments down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this terrible, terrible little tragedy of a film that came out 2 years before a great film called Carnival of Souls that you should watch instead of this. If you want something to watch, though, well, here you go. A review from me, and then a film to ignore the rest of your life. Anyway, thank you for watching. God bless you guys. 1 out of 5 stars. I feel comfortable with that. I can't give it a 2. I try to be lenient on films and movies and books. Try to give them a 2 out of sometimes. I can't do it this time. I just can't. Anyway, God bless you guys. Goodbye.